I just finished listening to the apology video by Will Smith. I think he published it maybe some weeks or a couple of months ago. And I also read in the news about the movie that he created with Apple called Emancipation. Now, there are mixed feelings, and the emotions are legitimate and understandable. Like, how will people feel, about this release? Will they watch it? Will it be a win-win situation for him and Apple, or a lose-lose situation? And then the Apple brand, how will people relate with the Apple brand? Will it look like they are supporting his action? And then, can this movie win, you know, an Oscar or other nominations or awards? I think that he can be nominated for an Oscar, but then he's been banned for 10 years. Like, everything looks very interesting, but here is the perspective that I need us to pay attention to. And I also heard him make that statement in his apology video, where he said, I have taken responsibility. I am sorry. I have apologized to everyone involved. And the last thing I am trying not to feel is shame. And that is where I come in, and that is what I want to discuss. I know how hurting this is for us all, how disappointing we may feel, but we need to separate the person from the action. It may be hard to do that, but we may have to do that. We need to separate the person from the action. And here is what I mean. This gentleman has done a lot of good. Like, in the box office alone, he's contributed $6.5 billion, like all his movies, like in his lifetime and stuff. And this is not about money. This is us just paying attention to his passion, to his heart, and to his personality. Will Smith has been a good man. Not perfect, just like us all, with his weaknesses, just like everyone else. But Will Smith has been a passionate father, and he's in almost every capacity that he shows up in. He tries as much as possible to be responsible, to be dependable, to be who he says he is. Now, this action at the Oscar, definitely not premeditated, a moment of amygdala hijack. Like, yes, he messed up. Yes, he hurt us all, from the person he slapped to, like, everybody. And what was meant to be a wrong joke, has now become something larger. So the major thing was the joke. But of course, his actions transcend, and the consequence of the joke is larger than the joke itself. And that's why we're actually discussing this. And I know that we all have the legitimate right to feel the way we do. From Chris Rock to the Oscars to everyone involved. But we cannot crucify, cancel, or kill. We cannot make him feel depressed, or He said he's tried to reach out to Chris and he's been told they would meet up when both of them, can accommodate it and have the conversation. And I am hoping that, everything will go well, but we need to restore. We need to restore. He messed up, and I totally agree with that. But we can't shame him. We can't drown him with and in shame. We can't cancel him forever. There's absolutely nothing people haven't said and he has heard. He was wrong. We take responsibility for it. But we need to make him human and feel human again. We need to preserve what it is to be human. We can't define his existence by that action. We can't define the rest of his life by that action. We all mess up. Howbeit privately, just imagine if they were recording us all, what we were doing in private, and we had no idea. Do you understand? That is the reason why we must extend grace. I am not denying the impact of his actions or making an excuse for him. I am just saying that there is a time to face consequences, which I think is, even before the Oscars reached out to him or something, he resigned. He's been plagued by this, like he's been defined by this all through 2022 or something. And I am saying, are we going to continue to mention Will Smith and define him by the slap? Are we going to let him die in shame? My answer is no. He deserves to be restored, not because we have forgotten, but because that is what it is to be human. It was an error in judgment. He's repeated this, he's apologized. But this cannot be the rest of his life. He can't be defined by this permanently. He can't. So I am rooting for Will Smith. Yes. Yes. I'm going to watch Emancipation. I will take my friends to watch it. I can't wait for it to be released. I will take my friends. I will sponsor people. The reason for that is we must show up and let people know that even when they fall, we are there to pick them up. We all fall. We all mess up. We all mess up. Because it's private does not make us better. We all mess up. Will Smith, I am rooting for you. 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 You are good enough. And no, you are not going to be buried in shame. You are not going to be defined by the slap, and you will not be depressed. You are a visual delight. You have impacted and inspired. And yes, I didn't like the action, but I'm going to separate the person from the action. You are a good man, but what you did was you wanted to defend your wife. So I will call it, you wanted to defend, but of course it ended like the execution was wrong. Good intentions, bad execution. Good intentions, bad execution. Now we all know better. And that is why I am rooting for you. So, here's a virtual hug. Will Smith, we are with you. We are with you. We are with you. And we're going to watch Emancipation. Apple, we're going to shut it down for you. Yes. I am talking to you from an Apple laptop. I'm an Apple fan. And we're going to do this together because we have to preserve what it is to be human.